Hello, everyone. I went to Costco and saw this beef sirloin tri tip from Morton Steakhouse. It says mechanically tenderized, which means they stuck a bunch of needles into it to break apart the muscle fibers. The reason I bought this tri tip is because it has smoker instructions in the back of it. It says to smoke at 225 degrees Fahrenheit with the fat side down until it reaches an internal temperature of 145 degrees. I've tried this tri tip before and used the oven instructions, and even though it says that the tri tip is mechanically tenderized, the oven cooking still resulted in a tougher texture. So I'm going to try out the instructions using my Pit Boss Pro Series 1150 pellet grill with the hopes that the meat will come out even more tender than when I followed the oven instructions. My expectation is that this meat will melt in our mouth when the smoker is done with it. Press the like button and subscribe for more dad food content. First, I get the package open and determine where the fat side is at because we have to keep it facing down according to the instructions. It has a really aromatic, garlic, herby scent to it, and I'm guessing this meat has been marinating in the bag for a while. Let's get it into the smoker and let it cook until it reaches 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so the tri-tip's been cooking for 1.5 hours now, and the temp is only at 90 degrees, so let's check it again later. Another hour has passed, so it's been 2.5 hours total. Let's see what our temperature is at. Looks like it's 132 degrees, so it won't be much longer until we're done. I'm going to go and check it again in 30 minutes. We have definitely reached our goal temperature now of 145, and I checked multiple spots of the meat just to be sure. Let's get the tri-tip out of here and let it rest. It smells so good and the meat looks tender and juicy. So this tri-tip has been resting for about 20 minutes now, and it's time to cut it up. I'm taking a guess as to where the grain runs, and I make my cuts accordingly to get the most tender cut of meat. If you cut with the grain, then the meat can be tough, but if you cut against the grain, the meat is very tender. Here is a cut that's with the grain. It doesn't look as tender or as appetizing in comparison with a cut against the grain. So here's a cut against the grain. See how much more tender that cut of meat is? Also, take a look at the smoke ring that formed around there. Wow. The meat just wants to pull apart for me. It's best when you slice it nice and thin. When it's sliced like this, the tri-tip is easier to chew and is a much more pleasant experience overall. If you guys want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and press the like button. This was Dad Food.